Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe.
Hey everyone, Kenny Tony coming at you today with this quick video. So as you see right now, we got back out of the shop, back from the powder coater, Raptor 125 frame. Powder coated with the fluorescent pink with the junior sparkle in it. It looks absolutely amazing, and we're going to go ahead and just take a quick look over this, and then we're going to start putting some parts back on. So for those of you who just checked into the channel, I got this powder coated. It was originally blue. I got a picture of it right here of what it was. And in that picture, I had already painted the frame blue, and it worked really well for my son. I mean, it wasn't beat up or anything too bad. So I was going to leave it like that, but after doing my YFZ 478 WR hybrid, I decided that why not go ahead and do the powder coating. I had powder coating here. Now, after I've got things powder coated on that one and saw the strength and the quality, I decided, man, I'm just going to powder coat everything. So outside of paying for the frame, all the other parts I did myself, just like I did for the YFZ 478 WR hybrid. So eventually I'm going to do the same thing for my son's Raptor 250. But right now we're working on 125 pink edition. So alright, as we see, it looks amazing pink. Camera doesn't do it justice, but it is pretty close. Sorry, I got all kind of other junk in the background, but saving up some money because eventually I'm going to be doing something different. Maybe looking to get my own little shop or my own little two-car garage kind of thing that I'm going to be doing these things in. But they did absolutely great. Use the same powder coater as before. Got the threads filled. Everything looks really good and smooth. See if we can pick up some of that sparkle. There you go. Yeah, my daughter's going to love this. So what we're going to do is, while we're sitting it here to give it some leverage, we're going to go ahead and do our best to get the motor in there. Then we're going to mock up the rear swing arm. I already have that already put together completely. But what we're going to do is go ahead and put it on. So the first thing I did was go ahead and get the bolts that I had already previously powder coated. So as you see, the nuts and things, the heads are powder coated black. The part that's in there you really won't see so much, so these are still strong and good. But these are the two that go from here to here. And then we are going to get the one that holds up top here and put the two bolts in there. And then we'll worry about the front brackets in a minute. So the first thing that we're going to do is protect our powder. So I'm just going to throw an old shop towel over top of my powder coat. So when I sit the motor in, none of the sharp edges will chip my powder or scratch it prematurely. We do know that this is going to be an off-road vehicle and chips and scratches are going to happen, but there's no need for it to happen before the first ride. So we're going to go ahead and get that motor over there on the right side, and we're going to get it in there and try to place it in as careful as possible, trying not to beat it and clank it on things. And already we can see how great this thing is going to look in there, guys. That soda blasting was amazing for that motor, and it lightened it up a whole lot. Now, after I've gotten the motor in, I do have to run some of the wires in and pull them because those things did get a little clustered, but that's not going to be the top priority. We're going to get it in, straighten those mounts up, and see if we can get one bolt in there first. So it looks like we're going to be having that top bolt lined up pretty good to where I can get the motor mount nut in there, and it's going to be our first pivot point. So it's going to take the pressure and the weight of the motor so that I can shimmy into the other brackets with minimal problem. Well, if I can get the screw in, that will help it a little bit. There we go. Now that we have those in, we're going to go ahead and see if we can line it up to get the top two bolts in, and it's going to lift the motor up in the air and take a lot
of weight and make things a lot more maneuverable with the bottom rear mount. So after I've gotten all these mounts in, it is very important that I remembered that I have a Gland Innovations case saver, and the mounting hardware for it requires that you use the OEM upper motor mount bracketry. So right now I'm just testing them to see, making sure the threads and everything still go in and it all works correctly. One side has threads on it and the other side does not. So what we're going to do is make sure we're putting it in the right direction and get it installed.
So here is the spacer for the Gland Innovations sprocket guard. So we're going to make sure we get that in there as well. Alright. So that's in there. Then we just got to get the front two on each side. And we should have it pretty much ready to be torqued down. And here are the two clamps. Well, two front motor mounts.
These front motor mounts came out perfect. I can't believe how close it is to the powder that I had done professionally. I can say that powder coating is very superior when it comes down to paint. It's like night and day. So we're going to go ahead and get these installed and placed on there. There's two bolts that hold it to the frame and one bolt that goes to the front of the motor. What we're going to do is install the side bolts first and then put the one through to the motor. That makes it install a lot easier. And then we're going to kind of tighten it down in reverse, so we make sure we have enough threads on the side mounts so that they don't pull out. And then we'll tighten down the motor really good and then come back to those other clamps. What we did not do in this video though was we didn't secure or really tighten down the lower nut, because I believe that's what's going to be used to install the hardware for the Team Alba Nerf bars.
So all those mounts are on there, so we can just go ahead and get them torqued down, and then we'll start going from the top. I am using a ratchet because the impact can mess up my powder. I don't want to do that. A little longer, so we're going to run it in first. So we're going to go ahead and install these 2 windows as well. And for this video, that's all we're going to be getting put in. We're going to go ahead and get the window in there. Barely snug it down. Same thing. These windows came off of a TTR 125, but when I powder coated them, I just made sure that I did not get powder all down in the threads, and that helps me out tremendously and gives a little bit of accent to the side as well. So we got the Yamaha down there and everything. So right now we didn't tighten these down because I'm pretty sure that's where the Nerf bar hangers are going to go. So we're just going to leave it where it's at. I think that's going to be it for right now. So that's it. So what we have is the sassy pink, or the fluorescent pink in there. We have powder coated the windows and the word Yamaha on this side. We've sandblasted this side cover, and we've powder coated it black with the Junior Sparkle, so it should have plenty of sparkle in it. And I did soda blast the whole motor to get it back cleaned up, and overall it looks great. Oh yeah. Yamaha on this side. That's gonna look good when it all comes together.